food processing, how that all affects that. Is there ways to alleviate some of the bottlenecks in there? Also taking a look at...
well, what are we going to do now?
Bednarski says they'll also discuss carbon sequestration and how they can be a player in alleviating it.
I would call
When you see news happen,
I don't know. I have no idea what his number is.
752-0790. It's 910. I'm Mike Percha.
Mike!
Here's your WSGW Weatherology forecast. Partial sunshine is possible at times today. Highs will get close to 40 degrees. Winds west-southwesterly 5 to 15 miles per hour. Higher gusts possible.
Can you ask
tonight,
Mike if Beeson had a video link?
25. Winds west 5 to 10. Wednesday, it remains mostly cloudy. Chance for rain showers developing or building into the area by afternoon. Highs make it into the lower 40s. Winds south-southwest 5 to 15. Higher gusts possible. And then Wednesday night, rain shower chances continue before midnight. The lows fall back to 36. This is meteorologist Phil Jensko with the WSGW Weatherology forecast. Right now it's 29.
The only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions. From around your block to around the world, The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Mike says he has a link.
Sorry.
Mike says he's got the link. Send him a link.
Well, good morning to you and welcome. Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. Nice to have you with us on this it's Tuesday, and it's the last day of November already. Wow. It just flies by, doesn't it? Amazing. Well, let me bring you up to date on our technical issues first, because that's controlling what's happening. I am in the main studio of the radio station, not my Saginaw Spirit home studio where I normally hold forth. At my end of the deal, my computer that I use to connect went on the fritz, so it's visiting a computer specialist. So it is ill at the moment. At the same time yesterday, our phone system here at WSGW went out and is still out today. They are working diligently on it, but it failed. So we have phones that you cannot use to call in because the phones are out. However, we do have video link operating, and that is what we're going to use in broadcasting this morning. You can watch us on video, and I will be able to communicate with our guests on video, but you won't be able to call like somebody just tried to do right now, and I know who that is too. That's the company that has my computer. Oh well. Let's move on. Let us say good morning to our guest this first hour. Let's say good morning to State Representative Tim Beeson. Tim, good morning to you. I think just a minute here.
Can you hear me, Art?
I'm going to find you. Let's try this. Go ahead. Good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Hey, good morning. Nice to have you with us this morning. And I apologize for the problems that are crept up this morning. That's life. What are you going to do? So let's start with all the pots of money Michigan is getting from the federal government. What are we going to do with it? Has anybody figured that out yet?
So we're back here working this morning. I ran across the street, Art, from MDARD because there's a pilot program for the algae bloom down Lake Erie, and everybody's asking what are we going to do with the money. Like everybody's putting all these requests. There's been a lot of requests, and we have that extra money. Art, if it was up to me, I would think that we would put some of this away. And because in 2 years, we're not going to have this federal money, right? When this is all
You're talking about a rainy day type fund?
Well, I was thinking more of using some of the federal money for the stuff that we use in our everyday budget. Instead of making a bigger budget, let's use that money to like the programs that they're trying to do, and keep our general fund money and put that away in 2 years, because there's a lot of things, or even some of the stuff that we need to implement now, like our kids' mental health. It's a bad situation, and that's going to affect our kids coming up. We got to put money into that, because we're not even adequately meeting the demands now of our kids in school with a counselor. So there's a lot of things that we should really look at. But I'm really worried. We spend this money, we then now have this big budget, and in 2 years from now, we don't have the money. And what are we going to do? We're going to start cutting programs. And then as a politician or anybody that owns a business, you don't want to cut people that have a job, right? So I hope that we really look at one-time buys, one-time, like a pier or even a housing unit that, let's say a division of aging can afford to do it. They just don't have the funds to build it, but they can maintain it, right? So we're not going to put a lot of funds out there. I really want to help the vets, but we don't want to put a lot of funds out there. FTEs are my biggest pet peeves. FTE is a full-time equivalent, which is like 115,000 to 111,000. We don't want to have a bunch of more employees on the state of Michigan, because we all, the working people like yourself and myself that go to work every day, which I can still use you at my store. I can see you, your hands work good. I can see you right now on camera. You can make sausage. So we need to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. We'll call it art sausage. I'm just saying, you're not going to get just because you've been working 40 years, one job, doesn't mean we don't need you somewhere else. And that's what I really like to see. But the pots of money are getting asked across the board. You know what I'm really worried about is the 2 years from now, the year and a half now, even trying to get through the COVID now, right? Because in some areas it's really kind of flaring back up. We got to learn to live with this, Art. Like, we got to put money into preventative medicine now. We're past where we're at. We got to start thinking, what can we do with this money to make it so that the average Michigander can go to work, because we need people to go back to work. We need people to generate money. We need people, if they have a job and they're out and they're at the 7-Eleven and at the McDonald's, they're actually creating gas tax, right? People don't realize that this gas tax, like everything is creating a money. Like the state is a great big business. And if people don't think of it like that, that's the problem.
And the other thing we have to remember too is all the money state has comes from us, one way or another.
Right. For the working class. But be careful when you say that. It doesn't come from everybody. It comes from the people that actually pay taxes, get a job.
Well, right. But
it doesn't come from everybody, because some people are on the other side of that spectrum, like what we're worried about right now. Is
although they buy things, they pay sales tax, not as much, obviously.
Right.
But the bottom line is government only has what the people give it.
Correct. And I think that with all this extra money coming in, to foolishly spend it on a lot of one-time, like I would say pet projects. I mean, and this is how I do it. Like, I'm a business owner, right? Figure out who can handle the money the best, look how they're doing it, and go with it, right? And get this money. And then the rest of it, we put away, because I'm really worried in a year or 2 years down the road, because, every one of these businesses that closed, you can walk, even here, people aren't coming to work. So all the businesses in Lansing are closed. They're not generating money to pay your police officer, your fire department. Your local taxes are not going to be homesteaded. So nobody thinks about this. Everybody that's working from their office going, oh, I love that Lewis show. I can do my work. And right, I'm here working, I'm praising, I'm doing it all from my office. Well, they're not generating any money, and all those office spots are now vacant. So where is that money going to come in here? Yeah. So we're going to have to subsidize these different organizations in these townships.
And we have history to back you up on this, because a number of years ago, there was a public safety fund sent out for cities to hire more police officers, but the money was only good for 2 years. So departments that went out and hired all these officers 2 years later had to figure out how they're going to pay for them, because they didn't have the funds. They only had the funds that the government gave them for those 2 years.
And I'm really glad you're on this, because I went to a department about blooming. And this, I can tell you what, before this last year, Art, I was a business owner, a school board member. I didn't get into politics because of but I got to see something. I got to tell you, you talk about maybe a couple times, this director from the Michigan, he's probably a great director, and I know him a little bit, but what he just promised us with this $25 million, I mean, it sounds crazy. The goal is to reduce the phosphorus entering Lake Erie 40% by 2025. Okay, sounds great on paper, looks great on paper. We're probably going to vote this up, right? The problem is us legislators, the third termers are out next year. The other ones are out 2 years. There's only 4 of us on this. And if we're not on the same MDARD Appropriations Committee, guess what? Nobody can hold this guy accountable.
Yeah, but wait a minute. 40% phosphorus reduction to Lake Erie? How much does Michigan contribute to Lake Erie?
Well, that's what, so that your face, it's funny you say that, right? Because some of this you kind of go, common sense. Lake Erie is really down to the little, it's really down to the bottom by the Detroit River, but they're doing it because of an algae bloom, and they don't want this to continue to happen all over all the other lakes. Like I'm from Saginaw Bay water, so we already have some problems up there, right? So,
yeah, but we've reduced phosphorus. I mean,
right.
It's
so there's some general practices and they're kind of targeting. I wouldn't say targeting. They're going to try to inform the farmers how to better produce so it doesn't go all out into the water. And if they can show it, great. I just asked the question.
right.
You better please make sure you don't dictate to the farmer and you show them, because in my business they came in and they dictated to me and told me what I was going to do, or they were going to shut me down.
Yeah. We're going to talk more about that. We're talking to State Representative Tim Beeson. Tim, hang on. We'll be back with you after these notes here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW.
There's window treatments, sofas, and more by Stressless, Norwalk, Hunter Douglas, and others. Come into Midland Furniture Garage, Midland's creative source, and see what's possible for yourself. Midland Furniture Garage, 34 Ashman Circle in Midland, and online at midlandfurnituregarage.com.
Honey, call the doctor. I'm officially sick of junk mail, emails, and ads about Medicare. Why are they suddenly bombarding us with this stuff?
Because it's open enrollment. We could get more benefits.
Okay, then. Which of these envelopes should we open?
None. Let's go to easymedicare.com. Easymedicare.com can clear up your Medicare confusion with simple, easy answers with multiple plans to choose from in just about every U.S. zip code. Easymedicare.com can help you find the best plan. Annual enrollment is now through December 7th. Go to easymedicare.com. That's the letter E, the letter Z, Medicare.com. Or speak with a licensed agent at 1-888-486-1662. That's 888-486-1662. EasyMedicare.com. We make choosing a Medicare plan easy.
EasyMedicare.com is only operated by E-Temple Insurance Inc. Duly licensed insurance agency. E-Temple Insurance Inc. EasyMedicare.com. Significant authority by U.S. government and federal Medicare program. California, Florida, and New Mexico. We operate as E-Temple Insurance Inc.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
We have 3 special half-off deals this week on RocketGrabPlus.com for Black Friday. You can get your monthly membership to 120 Fitness in Saginaw for only $16. You can also get your yearly membership to 120 Fitness in Saginaw for only $159. Then, when you're done breaking a sweat, why not head over to the Bay Valley Resort in Bay City for some R&R with a half-off night stay at the Bay Valley Resort for only $55. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Airline executives are now expressing concern about the Omicron variant of COVID. Emirates Airline President Tim Clark tells Reuters he believes it could cause significant trauma to the December travel season, which is extremely important for the business. A major investor in trading and mining giant Glencore is calling on the company to sell its thermal coal business. Bluebell Capital Partners wants Glencore to focus on other businesses, cobalt and copper. Discount fashion chain Zara will be run by its founder's daughter. Parent company Inditex has named 37-year-old Marta Ortega Perez, daughter of founder Amancio Ortega, as its new chairwoman. She's been working for the business for 15 years. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jimmy Cosola. Invested in you.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Your historic low rates may be a great reason to refinance, but when matched with an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot, you could be saving money and paying more towards the bottom line. Call a Loan Depot loan officer and ask about our 27-year Smart Term loan or our 10-year ARM loan. Get a great rate matched with a great loan by calling 866-888-LOAN or visit LoanDepot.com. At Loan Depot, home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY. Hundreds of thousands of people have said goodbye to their overpriced Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile plans and switched to Pure Talk. It's CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger. Did you know Pure Talk gives you the same coverage on the same great 5G network as one of the big guys for about half the cost? The average family is saving over $800 a year. You can keep your number and keep your phone or get huge discounts on the latest iPhones and Androids. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. Or if you want unlimited data, you can still save a fortune. With U.S.-based customer service, Pure Talk treats their customers right. Plus, they have a 30-day risk-free guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say Jill50 to save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, say Jill50. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless.
This is a test. WSGW is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency alert system on WSGW. Equipment that can quickly warn you during emergencies is being tested. WSGW serves Saginaw, Bay, and Midland counties, along with the surrounding area. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system on WSGW. The WSGW Morning Team Show.
WSW online poll preventing drunk driving. The recently passed National Infrastructure Package includes a requirement. Automakers have to develop technology to prevent drunk driving. Automakers have until 2026 to meet this mandate for all new vehicles. Supporters, including Mothers Against Drunk Driving, believe it will virtually eliminate the number one killer on American roads. Others say they're very appreciative and understand the safety aspect. Some are concerned about what the technology though could cost to a vehicle, especially if they say they have a vehicle and they never drink in the first place. Poll question: what do you think about this requirement for all new vehicles to have technology to prevent drunk driving? Do you support this requirement? Do you support the safety aspect, but not as a mandate for the vehicle, or you don't support this requirement at all? Give your opinion through the poll vote that you can make when you go to WSGW.com, scroll on the homepage, and find the online poll box.
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
Raymond charges up across the Buffalo Sabre line, moves it, shoots the puck, it scores! And the Red Wings end it quickly.
The Red Wings play 6:45 tonight on 790 News Radio WSGW.
And we are back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show. We're talking to State Representative Tim Beeson about things happening in Lansing. But Tim, I want to talk about business for a minute, particularly your business. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you had a meat market, right?
Yes.
Or something similar.
I have a meat market.
How do you explain the price of beef today?
So, it's funny you asked that. I shut down in August to remodel, and then as I'm reopened, I'm only open one day a week because I actually have to get orders on Sunday from my customers, and then I have to find the product that I need to make the sausage of between Bay City and Lansing. So I have to find what I use to make the exact same product from here to there to bring it back home, because I am my own distributor now, because there's holes across the board. And that's tough. And you're not going to see it change anytime soon.
Is it a supply thing, a demand thing, supply chain? What's the problem?
So everybody says there's no problem, and I got to tell you, and you can ask every little independent or smaller stores, and it's starting to get into your bigger stores now. Like, oh, there's a shortage of turkeys, and there's a shortage of this, there's a shortage of this, and that's what they like to say. There's always a shortage. Well, the independent store took a hit this last May, April, when we couldn't get the products that made our money. Like, we couldn't get what the big stores could get because they have buying power. Okay, I understand economy of scales, but there are some things that we couldn't get the stuff that we were known for, like our beef tenderloins, and we couldn't get the stuff that the meat that brought in to make my sausage. You can't make honey barbecue chicken bee bites, which is only made at my store. If I can't get the boneless chicken thigh, right, and it's coming in 3 months, 3 weeks, 4 weeks frozen, that's not a fresh product, right? I have to send it back. So once again, to get the product across the board, I saw a decrease in my inventory in a total of 4 months, almost 55% to 60%. When there's 60% less items, inputs coming in, it's hard to pay the bills that you used to pay. So I thought to myself, oh my goodness. And I didn't have my business go bankrupt, right? Because I'm a family business. We can figure out a way, right? More private industries were to figure out a way to make it work. The problem is the owners are working by themselves, and they're like, oh, they're the owners. But let me tell you what, every golf course, every private little business, they're trying to figure out how to stay open, but they're getting tired. That's why you're not seeing these. We need to figure out a way to give back to the people that are still open, like are running a part-time show, like are open a little bit, because we got to figure out a way to make them want to keep staying in business instead of just sell out and retire and move to Florida. That's the problem right now, right? We got all these shops, and the parents these kids of these parents see how hard the parents work, and they're like, yeah, for 50 grand or for 80 grand, you can have 75, 80 hours a week, Monday through Friday. Oh, and every weekend. Like people don't want to work like that. So we got to change. We got to change. We got to get to the youth at a younger age, showing opportunity instead of just waiting for a paycheck Monday through Friday.
Yes. It's kind of humorous in a way, because when you talk to a lot of people about business owners, they think, oh, they don't have to work hard. They're on vacation all the time. Somebody else is running their business for them. Wrong.
Right. So, just like you there, Art, right? Would this show work if the famous Art Lewis, which I still think that you're going to be a good sausage maker, but would the Art Lewis show work without you there? It doesn't work.
Yes. No. I'll take issue with that, only because my late father, he was a special agent in Treasury. He was a law enforcement officer, but he had a philosophy. That philosophy was, don't ever think you're irreplaceable. Everybody's replaceable. There was a guy here by the name of Fred Krell for years, decades, and he could never be replaced. And here I am, and I can never be replaced. Well, guess what? They're waiting in line.
So you're exactly right. You're exactly right. For to be named the Art Lewis, to have your spin, right? But these little shops, right? They're known from the fact that they know the person walking in, they know your name, they know Art Lewis wants to come in and get smoked Polish, ground bologna from Beeson's, and I tell them that you shouldn't eat that much of that because that's a lot of fat, right? I tell these guys, you're on bacon, you're at this. I know, but don't tell my wife when she comes in here, right? And I don't, because that's what you do. You respect people. But the idea that we're taking out these shops, right? And we're going to the internet and having everything online, you can't touch and feel it. You can't talk. You don't have that rapport. And that's what we really lost with all these little businesses that are going out.
So let me ask this. Let's take it back to government again. What's the state role in trying to ensure the future of small business?
So the state role needs to take this extra money that the business and everybody that's been working, right? I mean, it's crazy, but I've actually have my consumers bill, and I paid consumers in the 20 years that I've owned my business $1.1 million for electric for 20 years. Okay, now that sounds crazy, right? I'm a small business, 7 to 17 people, but I've created that for consumers. Now that I'm shut down, I've got it back down to almost half. And if I can figure out a way to get leaner, that's going to be less money going to consumers. Every small business is a little money tool that helps our state. We need to give the money back to the businesses because they do better. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Businesses do better managing money than our state department does.
Yeah,
Because
I agree with that.
Because in situations like I just went to, we have state department directors that are promising something that the legislators can never see. Like that's one example. Another one would be like the school department. I'm not ripping on schools, but if you don't, my sister that's a teacher, 8 years ago, they promised Michigan would be in the top 10 schools. Guess what? We're now 30 something, and nobody knows that was recommended by that director of MDC. And now we just did another one that said, we are going to be right here, the MDC, the 10 years from now, we're going to try to be in the top reading level of fourth graders. Well, 10 years from now, I'm not going to be here. The senators aren't going to be here. They can make these empty threats, and we can't hold anybody accountable at our state level. And that has to stop. But I think that the best money spent on these businesses that have paid in over the years, give it back to them. They create jobs. The private sector, right, or a coalition between private and public, give the money back to the people that are paying their taxes, that are paying the electric bills, that have that. Because if you do that, they'll create more opportunity. You wait for the state to come in, and every time you have another person, it's like another arm of our state. We don't want to do that. That's and it's just bigger business.
Tim, can you hang on?
Yes, sure.
Okay, we'll take a break, come back. We're talking to State Representative Tim Beeson, and we will do more of it here on the Art Lewis Show right after these notes.
It's Christmas. Keep it real. A real Christmas tree from Cluck Nursery will fill your home with holiday fragrance and Christmas cheer. So get everyone loaded up and travel out to Cluck Nursery's beautiful Christmas tree fields to cut your own Christmas tree. Select from traditional spruce trees, Fraser fir, and balsam fir, or choose from their large selection of pre-cut trees. Ask about Cluck's machine tree drilling, featuring the Answer tree stand for straight and easy tree setup every time. Cluck's will drill, shake, bale, and load your tree at no extra charge. Also, check out their large selection of custom decorated wreaths, fresh garland, swags, and more. Munch on a free popcorn ball and warm yourself by the Yule fire. Keep family traditions alive with a visit to Cluck Nursery on Van Wormer Road, a half-mile south of Gratiot in Shields. Be sure to visit us online at clucknursery.com.
Welcome to retirement. Now, replace your paycheck. To local financial coach Kevin Ray, this is what retirement planning is all about.
Building monthly paychecks. And how you build those monthly paychecks is going to determine how well in retirement you're going to enjoy it. So sit down and build a good framework, and it starts with income.
So build your framework with Kevin and the team at Insight Folios today by calling 888-885-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
RocketGrabPlus.com. The days of paying full price are over. And at RocketGrabPlus.com, we are here always giving you the deals that you need. You can get tons of half-off deals going on right now from Uplift Creative Center, Joyce's Purple Palettes, Woody's Hot Dogs, King's Fish and More, and the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com. RocketGrabPlus.com.
Because the challenges you face are getting bigger every year, BASF is committed to helping with more than boots on the ground. We're committed to boots in the mud, boots on the steps of your truck, your tractor, your combine, the linoleum tiles of your coffee shop, the concrete of your co-op, the gravel in your shed. So we can listen and learn firsthand and help right now to ensure success. BASF, helping you do the biggest job on earth.
Do your pets have the same energy they used to? Do they have problems with itching, scratching, a dull coat, or goopy ears? Then your pets need Dinovite.
DINOVITE.com.
For over 20 years, pet owners have trusted Dinovite to supplement their pet's diet.
We started Dinovite, and in our first stock, we noticed a difference.
Dinovite is an all-natural daily supplement made from whole foods that help support your pet's immune system, digestion, skin, and coat.
Within 3 weeks, he's not scratching and itching, and he's an all-around happier dog.
Today's Most commercial pet foods are processed at high temperatures, which bakes out all the essential goodness. These processed foods can lack the essential vitamins, enzymes, and probiotics that contribute to overall good health. Adding a scoop of Dynobite to your pet's food bowl is the answer.
If you love your pets as much as I do, you'll want to do what's best for them to live long, healthy, happy lives.
I have 2 cats and 2 dogs. All 4 of them are on the Dynobite.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
DINOVITE.com.
From city streets to back roads, from road warrior to carpooler, there are some things you can always count on, like the reliability, durability, and power of DieHard, America's most trusted auto battery. No matter where your journey takes you, count on DieHard to get you started on the road ahead. Available at your local Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest stores.
Michigan Wolverines football is on WSGW.
Gift of the Haskins. Haskins scores! Untouched! His 5th of the day! And the Wolverines extend their lead! That'll do it, ladies and gentlemen! Wolverine Nation, the long drought is over! Ohio State is vanquished! The Wolverines are going to go to Indianapolis with a chance to win a Big Ten title!
As Jim Brandstatter said, Michigan vanquished Ohio State to win the Big Ten East title. Now, the second-ranked Wolverines travel to Indianapolis, where they'll face number 15 Iowa in the Big Ten Championship. Live this Saturday night at 7 p.m. on 790 News Radio WSGW. Michigan football is brought to you by Forward Energy, Medicare Choices of Saginaw, Schaefer Beer Line, Ram Truck and Frankenmuth, Wolf Files, Ace Hardware in Saginaw, Big East Sports Grill, and Legal Equipment Company in Saginaw. It's Michigan against Iowa in the Big Ten Championship, live Saturday night at 7 on 790 News Radio WSGW.
The Wolverines play on WSGW. You're in the Stone Specialist Studios. This is 100.5 and 790 News Radio.
And we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show, for this Tuesday morning, 30th of November, talking to State Representative Tim Beeson. Tim, I got to get my computer over here to make sure I get this right. There are a couple of bills floating around the legislature, House Bill 4670 and House Bill 4673, that literally would probably dismantle Michigan's truth in sentencing requirements, allowing productivity credits to be earned by prison inmates. And a number of the legal organizations, Sheriff's Association, et cetera, are opposed to these bills. What do you think about them? Are you familiar with them?
I'm familiar a little bit about these. Like, I don't have that. There's like 43 bills this week. Like, so picking these bills out, I work close with our sheriffs, and I hope that these bills maybe address some of the situations that our local county jails are getting filled up with people that have mental problems, and that we kind of put them in place. I don't know if these two bills address that, but they were talking about how they don't. These are the ones
These are the ones that give credits, productivity credits, if you attend a class, you do stuff like that, so that they in a way bypass truth in sentencing.
Okay. I've actually hired a few people coming out with these degrees and certificates in my business, and they were actually, as they were not maybe as qualified on the mental side, they were very qualified on what they learned in school when they were locked up. So I'm kind of and I got to talk to my local, like, I try to make these decisions right, but I've hired some of these people that have come out of these situations, and they do their job and they know the rules because, they've really had a time to focus. But if our local sheriff's departments, they usually can tweak some of these bills before they get passed. They can tweak them usually as the House kind of figures out where they're at. They can tweak them in the Senate and try to get everybody so it's a win-win situation. I am, once again, some of the stuff that I am seeing, I'm learning it kind of quickly, and I'm trying to recruit more police officers so that we have different bills like that. But I am not familiar with these ones, but I do support.
Have a chance to talk to the Sheriff's Association.
Yeah, I will talk to them about that.
They'll fill you in on them for sure. So what else is on the Beeson desk? What's in the forefront of legislation right now?
Well, so I'm hoping as I was getting down here to learn everything, I really love my job, and I'm active here, and I'm active down back in Bay City and trying to get. I haven't got my deer yet, so I haven't had the chance to shave my face. But I'm very
get out there today.
It'll be a nice cold day, and I actually took a rep hunting. Like I took a rep from Monroe County. It took a rep, Macomb County. He never saw a porcupine before. So that was very interesting. He's like, so.
Whoops. What happened here?
Trying to teach some of these people that are in different areas, like what Michigan has to offer. And I like to do that with traditions that we have up. And because some of the people that make the decisions in our state really aren't familiarized with what they're making their decision on. And it seems like that's kind of an area that I'm also working on. I'm trying to get that school districts somehow get a voice recording, because when I'm working, even when I'm home for this last week, I was processing deer, so I didn't be able to go to the school board meetings that affect me, that help make decisions, because I'm actually working, because most people have 1 or 2 jobs, right? So I want to try to get the school boards to have it's okay if it's not a video, but we should be able to know what our local school boards are saying, right? Because those notes really don't do it any justice. I was on the school board. I saw how it was ran. Those notes are very limited in what happens at a school board meeting. And I would like a voice recording. You can do it on any phone, right? Because the phones are, and put it out there on the website to say, hey, this is what happened at last night's school board. So you can listen to it that week. And it makes sense, right? Because we want transparency. We want accountability. That's what we want. That's why I came here. I want to make people accountable, directors accountable, school board people accountable. So that's what I'm really trying to help, because, it really matters what our kids are learning in school. And as a parent, you're working, like a lot of these people that are workers, are working 2 jobs. They want to know, but they can't miss their shift, right, to make the school board meeting.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they can ask questions, right? But just listening to them, like listening to your show or listening to somebody else, this is a state that we have trouble having transparency issues. So let's dive in and give some transparencies out to our parents, to our businesses. That's what I'm hoping to accomplish.
Well, Tim, thanks for spending a little time with us this morning. I know it's a busy day and the final day of firearms deer season. So
oh yeah,
good luck.
I'm hoping I can find a spot to hunt down here. I know that I'd have to go an hour, but my schedule won't let me to hunt today. But
yeah, too bad.
Hey, listen, but that's not over yet. We have muzzle loading, we have crossbow, we have late boom
season. That's true.
I still might get one.
We'll talk to you down the road. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Art.
Take care. Bye-bye now. State Representative Tim Beeson, we thank you for joining us here on the Art Lewis Show on this Tuesday morning. Again, the final day of firearms deer season, the 30th of November, believe it or not. Wow, it's just flown by. Just seemed to me that the other day I was watching the first baseball game of the season, And here we are in the end of November, into the Christmas season. Wow. Anyhow, our thanks to State Representative Tim Beeson for joining us this morning. We'll take a break and come back with a few notes to finish up the hour. All of that is ahead.
Best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do. But you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
When you have a gambling problem, you have a money problem. $10 of gas, cash or credit. Yesterday's lottery ticket won't fill up your tank, because when you're feeding a gambling problem...
Okay, your grocery total is $98.
It's difficult putting food on the table, paying your bills, and keeping your life together. If you or a loved one is struggling with gambling, get free confidential help at michigan.gov/problem-gambling. Sponsored by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and the Michigan Association of Broadcasters.
This Cyber Monday, Rocket Mortgage is bringing you their biggest sale of the year. On top of near historic low rates, when you refinance, you can save an average of 20% off closing costs when you lock your rate. This means big savings for you at the closing table. That's right. You can save an average of 20% off closing costs when you lock your rate. But hurry, you only have until November 30th to lock in your special pricing. Simply call 8338-ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com. Just think what you could do with your Cyber Monday savings. Hurry, you only have until November 30th to save with this great opportunity, the Rocket Mortgage Cyber Monday sale. So when you're looking to save big and create a home that's uniquely yours, Rocket can. Visit rocketmortgage.com today to see what you could save or call 8338-ROCKET. That's rocketmortgage.com or call 8338-ROCKET.
Call 800-490-1233 for cost information, disclosures, and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states and Morris Consumer Access. The road number 3030.
If you're Medicare eligible, now's the time to review your coverage to get all you can from your plan. With Covenant Advantage, a PHP Medicare plan, you get hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage you need and valuable extras you want. With dental benefits from Delta Dental, vision, hearing, and so much more without paying more. Covenant Advantage consultants are leading seminars in the area and are available for personal consultations. Don't delay. Learn more at covenantadvantage.com.
You have the chance to have your mortgage or rent paid for all of 2022 up to $15,000. It's the Home for the Holidays contest presented by Frankenmuth Credit Union on WSGW. Enter the contest online at WSGW.com. Scroll down the homepage and find the Home for the Holidays box presented by Frankenmuth Credit Union. Your mortgage or rent paid for up to $15,000 in 2022. Home for the Holidays presented by Frankenmuth Credit Union on WSGW.
Friday, Thursday, and Friday of this week.
You can hear about the cultural contributions and concerns of the Hispanic community in the Great Lakes Basin region.
How about Carol Cotton?
WSGW's new public affairs program. I'm Larry Rolab, publisher of the Gente magazine.
Yeah.
And I'm inviting you to join us for the Gente on air Sunday evening.
I'll ask him today, and if I see Bridget, I'll ask him.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robbins show, I can't wait for the Biden variant. It'll just wander off mid-sentence. But still somehow make your life worse.
Markley Van Camp and Robbins, weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
Ah, yes. A little music of the season for you. Gotta love it. Very good. Just want to take a moment here, talk about a story I mentioned this morning on the Morning Theme Show that I happened to catch online. And let me read the headline to you to make sure I get it right. The first living robots that can reproduce. Microscopic organisms made from frog cells assemble babies in their Pac-Man shaped mouths in a breakthrough that could one day be used to destroy cancer cells. Frog stem cells shaped using artificial intelligence will spontaneously replicate. They gather single cells inside a Pac-Man shaped mouth and release babies, is what they're calling them. Self-replicating living bio-robots could allow more personalized drug treatment. If that were it, I'd say, hallelujah, great. We figured a way to, maybe cancer, to defeat cancer and all of that. That's wonderful. My problem is, that's never where it stops. There was futurists. They were talking about it on the Morning Team show about futurists talking about what the future may look like and reproduction and how long we may live and all of those things. And it just seems to me that this kind of science with artificial intelligence and replication can also be used for the negative. So somehow we have to have control over how this science is developed and how it's used. I mean, on the surface, they're telling me they have a way to replicate cells and that through that replication, they can attack illnesses that we as humans have. I'm all for that. Makes perfect sense. It's the uses we don't know about that worry me. the term cloning. I can remember when Dolly the sheep was cloned, and we were all concerned about, well, gee, do we really want human beings cloned? You could pick the traits of your child. Do we really want that? I don't think so. And these kinds of experiments, it's fine to have the purpose stated of developing ways of personalizing drug interdiction. But it's the things we don't hear about that worry me. So I'd like at least a lot of transparency in this kind of work so that we know how it's coming, how it's being used, what the potential is. That's all. That's all I'm asking for is, I understand regenerative medicine, and I think it's wonderful. I love the idea. I just want to make sure that the sides we don't hear about don't come to haunt us later on down the road, if you understand what I'm saying. All right. We're going to take a break. Come back and finish up this hour. Next hour, the Gershwinologist himself, Kevin Cole, is going to be with us. It is that time of the year when Kevin puts on his Christmas production, and we'll talk to him about that and more. But first, these notes.
Goodbye, summer. Hello, fall. Yes, it is that time of year again to think about preparing for the cold winter months ahead. Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning would like to take a moment to remind homeowners to schedule a fall heating system checkup before it gets too cold. A complete heating system check is more than just a quick look. A complete system check involves the right kind of testing equipment and tools and the experience and knowledge to perform the tests. You can rely on the professionals at Reamer for a complete system clean and check. Fall is also a good time to have your sump pump checked and replaced if it's over 4 years old. With all the crazy rainstorms and power outages we're experiencing, a battery or water-powered backup pump is also a good idea. Call the professionals at Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today to schedule a heating system tune-up and sump pump check. Don't wait until it's too late. Winter is just around the corner. Find Reamer on their website, reamerplumbing.com, or call 792-8738.
Anyway, you feel it. Reamer means quality.
The Windy City's home, Chicago. Saturday, April 9th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. The unmistakable sound of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's Chicago. Tickets start at $54 and are on sale now at the Soaring Eagle and Eagles Landing box offices or online at eticket.com.
Switching up. I just picked up 0790 and dialed my cell phone in the right.
Really? No. We'll never find out.
Chicago, Saturday, April 9th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
You take away the biggest part of me.
Horns and hits.
Does everybody really know what time it is? 25 or 54.
Chicago. Tickets are on sale now. Details at SoaringEagleCasino.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for 120 Fitness in Saginaw. You're going to get your monthly membership to 120 Fitness for only $16. It's usually $32, but you are getting yours half off. 120 Fitness offers 2 floors of top-of-the-line cardio equipment, a variety of strength training equipment, and fitness classes like yoga and Zumba. If you want to get in shape in a clean and comfortable environment, head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Finding the right Medicare
Hi,
plan
this
is
is Art
still
Lewis.
impossible,
I missed
but
a call
now
from you
it's
guys.
anything but. With Walgreens Find RX coverage tool, you can compare plans online, over the phone, or in person, making Medicare easier than ever. Easier than picking which true crime doc to watch, figuring out that Wi-Fi password, or putting the duvet cover back on. So if you can do those things,
Hey, how are you,
Find
Logan?
RX coverage
So what's
is
up?
definitely Medicare. Find the plan
Really?
that's right for you by visiting walgreens.com/Medicare.
Now, a WSGW Morning Team Show memorable moment.
So once again, we have the word that comes out about
So was
what's going to
Weatherology
happen following the
there for
Academy
you.
Awards, and
That's
once the Oscars are handed
All
out,
right.
Noel Wsgw
I'll
is
be-
going to present the dinner. 1,500 guests invited to enjoy Chef Wolfgang Puck and his 600 Maine
Well, yeah.
oysters, 5 kilos of
All right.
caviar,
I'll
400
be in
pounds of steak,
probably
pizza. This pizza is covered in
3 o'clock
edamame
Saturday.
guacamole. Edamame.
Thank you, sir.
Quality guacamole,
Bye-bye.
I'm guessing. The evening ends with tiny chocolate Oscars dipped in real gold dust. Hey, Hollywood, have you heard there's some starving children in the world while you're eating like kings and queens and you're telling all the rest of us that we should donate and pay taxes and make sure that there are people taken care of? What are you doing out there? Give up your edamame, whatever you call it.
Repeat after me, edamame.
Edamame. If I can't pronounce it, I don't want to eat it.
Pretty good food, huh? They can't spell it, but it eats pretty good.
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
All right, that'll wrap up this hour of the Art Lewis Show. We'll be back next to talk to Kevin Cole and talk about a number of things, including his upcoming Christmas shows. First, we'll have news from CBS and the local report. Dave Mowers in the WSGW newsroom, and then we'll be back right after the news.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Infectious disease experts are scrambling to find out more about the newly detected Omicron variant and the danger it may pose. It's turned up in at least 19 countries so far. NIH Director Dr. Francis Collins tells CBS Mornings,
Will not be surprised if sometime in the next few days we identify cases in the U.S. considering that this virus has found its way already into a lot of countries, including our neighbors in Canada.
President Biden's urging Americans not to panic. He says
It rang once, I don't even get that.
on the table right now.
But I did
There
get
is
word my
advice
computer's
for the
fixed, so I'll
vaccinated.
pick it up today and reinstall
Well,
it
we
at
still
home.
don't know exactly how strong
Ah.
Omicron is. The CDC is already adjusting its vaccine guidance, recommending last night that all U.S. adults get a booster.
Pfizer says it plans to ask the FDA to approve boosters for 16 and 17-year-olds. Merck is requesting emergency use authorization for its COVID pill. Senior Vice President Sean Curtis spoke at an FDA meeting this morning.
The proposed intended use for molnupiravir is for the treatment of mild and moderate COVID-19 in adults with positive results of a direct SARS-CoV-2 viral test and who are at high risk for progressing to severe COVID-19, including hospitalization or death.
Pandemic era home prices are through the roof. They shot up more than 19% in September compared to the year before. Records were set in 20 cities. Phoenix was the nation's hottest real estate market, with prices up 33%. The Secretary of State is attending a NATO meeting on Russian aggression.
Secretary Blinken says he will have a lot more to say soon about how the U.S. and its allies plan to address Russia's latest moves.
It is particularly important to the president and to me that we have an opportunity to consult closely with our NATO allies and partners. That's what we're going to be doing.
Russia has been massing troops along Ukraine's border, and Blinken warned Moscow about escalating the situation.
And any renewed aggression would trigger serious consequences.
NATO Secretary General said ahead of this meeting that Russia's intentions remain unclear. Cammie McCormick, CBS News, Riga, Latvia.
New days dawned in Barbados. Prince Charles looked on as island leaders bade farewell to 4 centuries of colonial rule.
I was so deeply touched that you should have invited me to return to Barbados and to join you on behalf of the Queen at this moment of such significance for your remarkable nation.
The new island republic will no longer pledge allegiance to his mother, Queen Elizabeth. This is CBS News.
With Indeed Instant Match, just sponsor a post and immediately receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
It's Christmas. Keep it real. A real Christmas tree from Cluck Nursery will fill your home with holiday fragrance and Christmas cheer. So get everyone loaded up and travel out to Cluck Nursery's beautiful Christmas tree fields to cut your own Christmas tree. Select from traditional spruce trees, Fraser fir, and balsam fir, or choose from their large selection of pre-cut trees. Ask about Cluck's machine tree drilling, featuring the Answer tree stand for straight and easy tree setup every time. Cluck's will drill, shake, bale, and load your tree at no extra charge. Also, check out their large selection of custom decorated wreaths, fresh garland, swags, and more. Munch on a free popcorn ball and warm yourself by the Yule fire. Keep family traditions alive with a visit to Cluck Nursery on Van Wormer Road, a half-mile south of Gratiot in Shields. Be sure to visit us online at clucknursery.com.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
Keep the Saginaw Children's Zoo in mind while you shop for your holiday gifts. Visit our website to purchase a membership. Have a wild holiday and bring a gift from the zoo to your little ones this season. Stay connected to what is happening at the Saginaw Children's Zoo by visiting our website at saginawzoo.com.
Saginaw Children's Zoo.
How do you do?
From the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
It's 32 degrees at 10:05. Good morning, I'm Dave Maurer. Crime Stoppers of Flint and Genesee County has received the prestigious 2021 Crime Stoppers International Digital Media Award for its innovative use of advertising technology to help solve local crimes. The Digital Media Award is based on specific calls to action and a level of community engagement achieved through these initiatives, such as news reports, public service announcements, or Crime of the Week. The initiative submission included the innovative and state-of-the-art technology of a mobile network using geofencing, a location-based advertising service, paired with public service announcements. Flint and Genesee County was the first Crime Stoppers program in the country to utilize a mobile advertising network through Outfront. In 2020, more than 1 million impressions were delivered to mobile devices in targeted areas. These impressions highlighted unsolved cases and informational public service announcements. Crime Stoppers of Flint and Genesee County received the award in the category for programs serving 300,001 to 1 million people. Making sure Michigan isn't left on the sidelines in the competition for new jobs as business and state leaders partner to form a new alliance. MNN's Jim Matthews reports.
It's the Winning Michigan Jobs Coalition. It has job creators, economic development professionals, and industry leaders across all the state's regions join forces to work with Michigan's elected officials on a comprehensive strategy that will regain a competitive edge in the race for new jobs and investment. The plan has 4 key parts: develop sites, incentivize wisely, serve the customers, such as the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, and prepare the workforce so employers can have a single touch point to assist with talent needs. Officials with business leaders from Michigan say the state cannot wait, as we have to position ourselves as more competitive, more invested, and more ready for new jobs. Jim Matthews, Michigan News Network.
A vehicle stolen from a fatal fire near Ludington has been found and someone was arrested. Authorities say the 2003 Chevy Avalanche was found in Saginaw over the weekend, and a woman from the UP has been arrested. 41-year-old Hope Snyder from the Kinchlow area was arrested in Detroit. The name of the victim found inside the burning home has not been released. A 27-year-old woman was killed and 2 others were injured in a crash Sunday just south of Tawas City. State police say it happened about 10:25 a.m. on US 23 near Whitmore Road when a Toyota Corolla driven by a 31-year-old man from Hinsdale, Illinois, lost control across the center line and collided with a Chrysler Pacifica driven by a 69-year-old man from Melanson. A passenger in the Toyota, identified as 27-year-old Danelle Habercroft of Greenbush, died from her injuries. Both drivers and the 69-year-old female passenger in the Chrysler were taken to local hospitals with serious injuries. The crash is under investigation. WSGW News Time, 10:08.
I'm attorney Jerry Reif, and I have practiced elder law, estate planning, asset and business protection planning in Michigan for over 3 decades. As a veteran, I've also helped veterans and their spouses benefit from special VA programs. Many of you have attended my monthly workshops where you've learned the rules, what solutions work, and had your questions answered, such as, can I protect my stuff from the government and long-term care costs? What is the difference between revocable and irrevocable trusts? How can I avoid probate? And do I need to? Should I give my stuff to the kids or others? Know the rules and what solutions work. Get answers to your questions.
If your planning is more than 5 years old, you may have missed some great opportunities. Call 989-790-1461 to attend Attorney Jerry Rice's free workshop, How to Protect Your Stuff in 3 Easy Steps. This workshop is on Tuesday, December 7th at 2 o'clock in Saginaw at the Capelco Community Credit Union. Call 989-790-1461 today or register online at jerryrifelawyer.com.
WSGW News Time, 10:09. Police in Genesee County have located suspects in the Sunday shooting of a hunter in Vienna Township. Around 4 p.m., a 36-year-old man was hunting in a field off Herd Road when he encountered 2 cousins, 11 and 17-year-old boys. The man was hunting on property belonging to a friend and had permission to be there. Police say there was some type of land dispute, and it's unclear if the boys had permission to be on the property. The man was shot in the hip. He was taken to a local hospital and is listed in good condition. Police tracked the boys to a residence belonging to a 34-year-old Vienna Township man. The boys were taken into custody and later released due to their age. It's not known which boy shot the victim. The case remains under investigation. Concerned about a new COVID-19 variant, which could be more infectious than the Delta variant, MNN Health reporter Dr. Deanna Lights.
The new COVID-19 variant is called Omicron. It's been detected in a number of countries, including Canada. As for the U.S.,
I bet you it is. This hasn't been reported yet. I'm going to be curious to see what happens as we start looking at data collected over the holiday weekend.
that's Dr. Dennis Cunningham, the medical director of infection prevention at Henry Ford Health System. The Omicron variant may be more contagious than the Delta variant. Dr. Cunningham says the COVID-19 vaccine should offer some protection against the new variant.
I'm really most concerned about people who've never had any doses of the vaccine. I think they're at the biggest risk.
The Michigan Community Service Commission, the state's lead agency on volunteerism, will host the inaugural 2021 Michigan Conference on Service and Volunteerism virtually today and tomorrow to help organizations reimagine the possibilities service and volunteerism can offer as Michigan recovers from the pandemic. The conference theme is Volunteering Truth, Youth, and the Future. Jason Alexander is the Communications Director for the Michigan Community Service Commission.
The conference is intended to support Michigan's path forward. We want to help individuals and organizations kind of reimagine the possibilities of service and volunteerism and what they can offer as we continue through the pandemic here in Michigan. What have we learned from it? What are the needs? How have they changed?
Alexander says the past year has brought on so many challenges, but it's also highlighted critical new opportunities for organizations to engage volunteers to make a greater impact. People can register at michigan.gov/volunteer. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's at 10:11. I'm Dave Maurer.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology forecast. Partial sunshine develops here for today. We'll see high in the upper 30s. Winds out of the southwest around 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20. And then for tonight, mostly cloudy skies with a low near 24. By Wednesday, partial sunshine develops high around 41 degrees. Thursday, partly sunny skies, a high around 47. Friday, we'll have a slight chance for some snow showers, cloudy high 37 degrees. Then by Saturday, partial sunshine develops, we'll see high around 36. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW Weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 32.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions. From around your block to around the world, The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Well, good morning to you. And welcome back to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. We're going to spend some time this hour with our good friend and Gershwinologist, as I have dubbed him for many, many, many years, but he's far more than that. And we say good morning on video to the one and only Kevin Cole. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning, Art, my favorite interviewologist.
You look like you're Hollywood lit, and you must be sitting in the Bay City Players auditorium.
Well,
it looks like.
I am indeed. The piano just arrived, and so I need to really give it and myself a workout this morning and afternoon and evening, because we're talking a 9-foot Steinway concert grand in our beautiful, intimate 300-seat house. And you're not going to find this kind of entertainment value anywhere, because you really can see the 11 fingers that I own fly across the keyboard.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, just so everybody knows what we're talking about, this is time for Coal in Your Stocking. The Christmas show is going to be this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Bay City Players. So tell us, let's start with the history of this, Kevin. And for those of you who don't know, and I can't imagine there's anybody around here that doesn't know the name Kevin Cole, but just in case you don't, Kevin is probably one of the most accomplished pianists I've ever known. He is probably the world's leading expert on Gershwin, as acclaimed by the family and acclaimed by me, calling him a Gershwinologist. But he is the kind of individual that, although he's played with symphonies all over the world, he remembers his roots, and Bay City is those roots.
Yeah. Yes.
So you come back every year. Well, you're living here now, but you come back and you play every year.
Yeah, I've been here now 5 years, believe it or not. And it's nice because now that concerts, especially symphonic concerts, are starting to pick up, we have a very easy airport to get in and out of. So I appreciate that. And you end up going through Chicago or Detroit anyway. So, but the Coal in Your Stocking kind of evolved from my first Christmas solo concert called The Cole Christmas. And it was labeled that because I had a CD coming out at the time that was called A Cole Christmas. But a couple years into doing these Christmas shows, someone mentioned, in jest, they said, "Oh, how about, you could put a little coal in somebody's stocking." And I thought, okay, now that's a much better title.
And here we are today. We have Coal in Your Stocking. Coal being C-O-L-E, by the way, just so everybody knows.
Well,
I think. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should tell you, your internet is freezing up on you every now and then.
Okay. This is my 11th or 12th year. I'm not quite sure of doing these Christmas concerts, and of course, it's been 2 years because of COVID, because I did not do one last year. And this is a benefit for the Bay City Players. And so
near and dear to your heart.
Oh, very much so. I walked into this building when I was 8 years old. So pretty soon I'm going to be coming up on my 50 years of doing things at Bay City Players, if you can believe it. But this year's a little different because I've decided to add some really wonderful women vocalists. This past summer, you may remember, we did a production of Godspell, we being Leedsbird and Jim and Kathy Pulaski and Larry and Kelly Jacobs and myself. We were the posse, and we did this at Winona Park outdoors. And of course, it's always a crapshoot doing outdoor things. But we were blessed for 4 nights with good weather, an excellent cast. And in that cast, I had put together a women's trio for one number. So I decided to bring them back in a new arrangement of Mary Did You Know, which is absolutely stunning. And I say that modestly, but these voices are so well matched. I thought it was, people needed to hear them in this setting. Also, my good friend Susan Fisher, who I've done shows with since she was in high school, will be singing a Trisha Yearwood Christmas song called "He Isn't Your Child," and it's kind of the St. Joseph take on being a foster father. And I had never heard the song, but when I stumbled upon it and gave it to Susan Fisher, she's really putting her own spin on it, and it's really lovely. So those are two really good bonuses, and these are all people that have done productions at Bay City Players. So it speaks to the breadth and width of talent in our talent pool of people who have come through this 104 seasons theater.
Yeah. I have to ask, you mentioned earlier the Steinway arrived. Explain to everybody why the piano follows you around. How that happened.
Well, in August of 2001, I became a Steinway artist, and all that means, I wish it meant a $10 million check like, Tiger Woods and Nike years ago. But what it means, it is an honor, though, because Steinways are in.
Nope, we lost you. You froze up again. All right, I'm going to take a break, and hopefully you hang on, Kev. Kev. Yeah. I'm going to take a break, and you froze up, so we missed about 30 seconds of you there. I think your internet, your Wi-Fi is causing you some issues, but we'll come back talking to Kevin Cole, Cole in Your Stockings, Thursday, Friday, Saturday of this week at the Bay City Players, and we will tell you about tickets and all that good stuff when we return here on the Art Lewis Show.
Dreaming of something. So why not make those dreams a reality?
A new van with sliding doors. A new house with more than one bathroom. Oh, and heated seats. Or maybe even just the money to add a new bathroom to this house. A remote starter.
No matter what you've been dreaming of lately, Dow Chemical Employees Credit Union has a loan for you. With great rates, fast approvals, and a potential year-end loan interest rebate via our member giveback, DCECU can help make your dreams come true. Visit dcecu.org/borrow for more details. The membership eligibility required. Loans subject to approval based on creditworthiness of applicants and collateral conditions if applicable. Other limitations may apply. While member giveback rebates and rewards occur with great regularity, this credit union benefit is not guaranteed. Not all loan and deposit products are eligible for member giveback consideration. Some limitations apply. Equal housing opportunity insured by NCUA.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do, but you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Navage, Navage.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks opened sharply lower. Investors have been selling stocks and moving into government bonds with new concerns about the impact of the new Omicron strain of COVID. Drug makers are raising concerns about whether existing vaccines might be less potent, and Fed Chair Jerome Powell has expressed that the new strain could intensify supply chain issues and reduce willingness to work in person. Travel stocks and movie theater chain AMC are among losers. Shares of Meta, the former Facebook, are losing ground after regulators in the UK ordered it to sell Jiffy, an animated image-sharing platform. The agency said the deal could reduce competition. Volvo Car is now standing by its forecast for the year, saying its supply situation has improved. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Your historic low rates may be a great reason to refinance, but when matched with an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot, you could be saving money and paying more towards the bottom line. Call a Loan Depot loan officer and ask about our 27-year Smart Term loan or our 10-year ARM loan. Get a great rate matched with a great loan by calling 866-888-LOAN or visit loandepot.com. At Loan Depot, home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Hundreds of thousands of people have said goodbye to their overpriced Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile plans and switched to Pure Talk. It's CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger. Did you know Pure Talk gives you the same great coverage on the same great 5G network as one of the big guys for about half the cost? The average family is saving over $800 a year. You can keep your number and keep your phone or get huge discounts on the latest iPhones and Androids. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. Or if you want unlimited data, you can still save a fortune. With U.S.-based customer service, Pure Talk treats their customers right. Plus, they have a 30-day risk-free guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say Jill50 to save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, say Jill50. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless.
You have an opportunity to make this holiday season very special for some very special children. You are invited to join WSGW and our Alpha Media family of stations, along with Covenant Kids, Tim Hortons, and Impact Saginaw Credit Unions for Lights Before Christmas. During the week of December 6th through the 10th, each night at 8 p.m., lights will be shined for 2 minutes towards the windows where kids are hospitalized at Covenant Healthcare in Saginaw. You can bring your own light shining device, and for the first 100 attendees, free flashlights will be given away. Fire departments, police, MMR will all shine lights too. Plus, with your help, each child will receive a toy, as you can donate new, unwrapped toys at Covenant Healthcare or participating Tim Hortons or Impact Saginaw Credit Union locations. For specific toy donation locations and all the information you need, please visit WSGW.com, scroll down the homepage, and click on the Lights Before Christmas box.
Hi, we're back with you here on WSGW, and we are chatting with the one and only Kevin Cole. And I don't see you.
But you should hear me.
I hear you, though.
Okay, we're working on the connection.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Well, I'll leave the black box up so we know when you get back, but we can talk in the meantime. Before we forget, I want to do this right now, just in case we lose you. Tell everybody about the tickets. And I know the show is Thursday, Friday at 7:30, Saturday at 3 o'clock, correct?
Correct. And tickets can be purchased online is probably the easiest, baycityplayers.org. And then you can also call the box office in the 989, which you must dial these days, area code 893-5555. And we have 300 seats. I know Saturday's matinee is the most popular, of course, but then the Thursday and Friday nights at 7:30 are also options. The repertoire this year, because I've had 2 years of not doing Christmas music, I decided to freshen things up, and so I have a lot of new arrangements. So that's why today and tomorrow's crucial for me to, have access to this beautiful grand. And Art, it's like being a jockey in a race and not having a horse before you compete, because every piano is different. Now, in this case, this one, which you can kind of see the keyboard a little bit of, I've played before.
Are you
this
sitting
is
at
number
it
one.
now?
I've played this piano before.
Yeah. Are you
And
sitting at it?
I am. This is coming from Grand Rapids, and it's the Steinway dealership, West Michigan Piano in Grand Rapids, and they're wonderful. And they provided my concert artist instrument. It's called CNA instrument with Steinway artist, and I was asked to become a Steinway artist in 2001. So which just means that wherever I play in public, I should be playing Steinway pianos. And if for some reason the Steinway isn't in the best of shape, my job is on New York.
Oh, we lost you again. He's got Wi-Fi issues inside Basic Players, I do believe. I'm looking at his face, frozen in time.
From technology.
Well, I think I got you back a little bit here. There you go.
You know, some people say I'm a relic anyway. So I guess
welcome to my world. I was going to ask you to tickle the ivories a little bit if you're sitting in front of it, but you're frozen again.
Well, I don't know how how does it transmit?
Oh, look at that! Yeah, good. Yeah, very good.
How's that coming across?
Not bad at all. But that is the slowest I've ever seen your fingers move on a keyboard.
Well, I got to save the fireworks for the concert, you know.
I understand. You mentioned earlier, and I want to talk about this a little bit. You mentioned earlier that the symphonic concerts are coming back again. Are they coming back strong?
Not quite yet. They are in the sense that they're planning already for 2023-24. But the 2021-22 is still just a little cautious. I recently played with the El Paso Symphony, and that's because the conductor of the Midland Symphony is also their conductor. And I had performed with him, a couple years ago. And then the following week, it was the first weekend in October, I was with the Battle Creek Symphony. So it was nice to have 2 weekends in a row, finally, with live audience. Everyone had to show their vaccination card on the way in and wore a mask. We had over 1,000 people at each concert, but no one must, you know, and even the orchestra had to wear a mask until you sat down.
That's
and if you're a wind player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the wind players took them off. And then I was allowed to take mine off when I sat down, but it didn't get in the way of making music, and we all felt so good about sharing music with a live audience.
Yeah, I'm curious, because of COVID, because of the lockdowns, and because of the fragility of the symphonies in this country and elsewhere financially, did we lose symphonies?
What happened was with some symphonies, when the downtime came, unfortunately, some administrations of some orchestras thought, "Oh, good, we can renegotiate a contract and take away some benefits," and use the COVID and the time off as an excuse because we're losing money. And of course, musicians are very understanding of that, but you know, you can't just give up parts of your salary and the perks of recording and different things because of COVID. So it's been a lot of give and take, and there are some orchestras that are still wrestling with it. But I would say for the most part, the agreements now that are happening are even better than they were pre-pandemic, because now everyone understands that a pandemic can be part of your arts calendar.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of it that way, that's for sure.
Yeah. So now we have to deal with virtual performances, and how do you get compensated for those? And so it really thrusts people into more technology than they ever dreamed of, I think, in the arts, and for a good reason. And it should be more incorporated into what we do.
And you actually were kind of in the forefront of that because you did a number of virtuals.
I did indeed, and thankfully Jeremiah Kraniak, the conductor of the Saginaw Choral Society, and Tammy Grieve approached me about doing some things because I was scheduled to be the headline for their Christmas show 2 years ago, and when that didn't happen, we had to get very creative. So my hat goes off to both of them for allowing me to be creative online. It was a great experience, and I know there'll be more in our future.
And didn't you do one out, was it on the West Coast, where they flew a drone around you? And talk about technology. Oh, you're frozen in time again. I'm going to take a break. We'll come back and talk more about that. We're talking to Kevin Cole.
Oh, there we go.
And
this snow. This snow.
Yeah,
is
it may be. We're gonna take a break. Come back and talk more with Kevin. But it's Coal in Your Stockings this Thursday, Friday, Saturday at Bay City Players, and it's baycityplayers.org, right? As the website.
Yes, sir.
baycityplayers.org for ticket information. We'll be back with Kevin right after these notes.
The Menards Black Friday sale. Hurry in for best selection. Prices good through December.
Commercials again. Is there any way to try that again, or what?
Brushless oscillating multi-tool kit. Just $119. Plus, get a free bonus toolbox. Save on a 22-foot aluminum multi-position ladder that can be positioned in 5 different ways. Only $139 after rebate. Check out these and more amazing Black Friday deals at Menards. Available in store only while supplies last.
Save big money at Menards.
If you're Medicare eligible, now's the time to review your coverage to get all you can from your plan. With Covenant Advantage, a PHP Medicare plan, you get hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage you need and valuable extras you want. With dental benefits from Delta Dental, vision, hearing, and so much more without paying more. Covenant Advantage consultants are leading seminars in the area and are available for personal consultations. Don't delay. Learn more at covenantadvantage.com.
This Cyber Monday, Rocket Mortgage is bringing you their biggest sale of the year. On top of your historic low rates, when you refinance, you can save an average of 20% off closing costs when you lock your rate. This means big savings for you at the closing table. That's right, you can save an average of 20% off closing costs when you lock your rate. But hurry, you only have until November 30th to lock in your special pricing. Simply call 8338-ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com. Just think what you could do with your Cyber Monday savings. Hurry, you only have until November 30th to save with this great opportunity, the Rocket Mortgage Cyber Monday sale. So when you're looking to save big and create a home that's uniquely yours, Rocket can. Visit rocketmortgage.com today to see what you could save or call 8338-ROCKET. That's rocketmortgage.com or call 8338-ROCKET. Rocket. Call 800-490-1233 for cost information, disclosures, and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. Animal consumer access. Road number 3030.
Try Eucrisa for mild to moderate eczema. It works at and below the skin surface and can be used on almost everybody, like on the dimples of a diva. Yeah, roll your bow. Yeah, roll your bow. Or the shoulders of a chef. Look, Mom, I made jelly beans on toast. Steroid-free Eucrisa works at and below the skin surface. It blocks PDE4 enzymes, which is believed to reduce inflammation, even on the wrist of a rebel.
What did you do to your hair?
What?
The specific way Eucrisa works is not well defined. Prescription Eucrisa for mild to moderate eczema is for topical use only in ages 3 months and up. Do not use if you are allergic to Eucrisa, Crisafloral ointment 2%, or its ingredients. Allergic reactions including hives, itching, swelling, and redness may occur at or near the application site. The most common side effect is application site pain, such as burning or stinging.
Come on, moms and dads. Check out Eucrisa.com and ask your doctor about Eucrisa. Can I sing one more song?
Pride doesn't just appear out of nowhere. Like a healthy plant, a trusted relationship, or a successful business. It begins as a seed,
and gross. Excuse me. What are you doing? I'm telling farmers about Dairyland Seed Pride. Well, stop. All you gotta do is tell them about how we're bringing the yield. But what about our history and people? Still the best and still proud of it. But now we have our strongest lineup ever of top performers in independent trials all across the Midwest. So I guess I don't have to use my passionate sincerity voice anymore. Please don't. Just shut up and yield. Yep, just like that. See how our top performing corn, soybean, silage, and alfalfa seeds bring the yield in your region soils at dairylandseed.com.
News coverage by Build Back Better Act.
The Build Back Better bill is passed.
Trillions more in inflationary socialism. News coverage.
Kyle Rittenhouse. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
News around the clock.
Also, prayers go out to everyone there in Wisconsin.
Suspect who drove the red Ford, ramming through everybody.
News coverage.
Boosters for all adults. Boycott the Winter Olympics.
On WSGW.
Trying to find when and where you can hear the Tigers, Red Wings, Michigan football and basketball, Saginaw Spirit hockey, and SBSU football on WSGW. Just click on the sports broadcast box on WSGW.com for complete game time listings. That's WSGW.com.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. Art Lewis Show for this Tuesday morning. And we are talking to the one and only Kevin Cole. Coming up this week is his production of Cole in Your Stockings, a Christmas show at the Bay City Players, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday and Friday at 7:30, Saturday at 3 o'clock. Again, tickets at baycityplayers.org. So, Kev, we haven't talked about this in a long, long time. How did a young guy in Bay City practicing the piano fall in love with George Gershwin?
Well, I can blame television for that and the movies, because I saw a commercial for the Warner Brothers picture Rhapsody in Blue. And that came out, I think, in 1945. And I saw that Oscar Levant was in it, and the original cast of Porgy and Bess, and Al Jolson, and Robert Alda, Alan's daddy, was playing the role of George Gershwin. And they were showing commercials for this to be on a late show, 11:30 at night on a Tuesday. Well, when you're 7 years old, Tuesday nights, you're in bed by 7:30 because you're in grade. But I deal with my parents that if I came home, did my homework, and went to bed, would they wake me up at 11:30 to watch?
Oh, we lost you again. Part of the proceeds from your concert should go to get a better Wi-Fi for the Bay City
as far as as a pianist, I knew some of the songs. I knew he wrote shows, but that was it. So that movie, even though the script was pure Hollywood make-believe, the musical numbers were so well done because so many of the originators of this music and performers of this music were in it. So when that struck me so hard, I had to find out more about Gershwin, and that's when the Bay City Public Library comes into play, because every Saturday was our day to go get books. And my mom took us to the downtown Bay City Public Library, and I asked the librarian for any books on Gershwin. And in those days, when you're 7 years old, you cannot check out books from the adult section. She came back with a book called The Gershwin Years, and one of the authors was Ed Jablonski. And she was wise enough to share this with me. She said, did you know? Well, first of all, this is the best book about Gershwin, The Gershwin Years. And did you know that one of the authors is from Bay City, Michigan, Edward Jablonski? Well, that just floored me, because I thought, wow, someone from Bay City, my hometown, wrote a book about Gershwin. So that led to me well, just being more aware about Gershwin and starting to incorporate more playing into my repertoire at the time. So at the time I was 15 and I was auditioning for Tanglewood, which I didn't get into because of a mistake in them telling me what weekend was for my age group. I unfortunately arrived in New York for the first time at age 15, but it was on the weekend that the undergraduates were auditioning for Tanglewood.
Yeah.
But I auditioned anyway. But I also got the band phone book out, looked up Blonsky E, and there were quite a few of them. I just picked one, and the very first one I picked was him. And through a phone conversation, he and his wife invited me over the next day for supper, and he had a little spinet piano. I played a medley of Gershwin and the first two piano preludes of Gershwin, and that's when Ed Jablonski made the statement that changed my life. He said, "Has anyone ever told you when you play Gershwin, you sound like Gershwin?"
So was there
and put in real recordings radio.
Yeah, was there ever a time, Kevin, when you sat down at the piano? Was there ever a time when you sat down at the piano and said, well, you know, like Rhapsody in Blue, that's a tough piece of music. I can't play that.
Well, no, I'll say I'm a dumb bloke when it comes to that, because I don't think there's anything written I can play, and I've always felt that. And it's not a boast. It's just that I was blessed with fingers that can do the trick, or chops, as they say.
Yeah, chops.
And it's just a matter of what I apply them to. And luckily, I got to be in my teens, I got with better teachers, helped me develop that technique through classical literature. But I didn't know that American music was going to become my soapbox. But thank goodness, the development of my technique with classical music certainly helps what I do when I create arrangements and play Gershwin and other songbook composers. And also my improvisational attitude helps me when I play classical music, which I do. I'm in an academic setting to do it anymore, but I do love to play chamber music.
I'm going to have to interrupt because your Wi-Fi is really getting flaky. I'm hearing half your words. So I just want to remind everybody that this Thursday and Friday at 7:30 and Saturday at 3 o'clock, Coal in Your Stocking, a great Christmas show with Kevin and other guest artists at the Bay City Players. Tickets online at baycityplayers.org. Kevin, my friend, if I don't talk to you before Christmas, have yourself a merry, but hopefully we will run into each other before then. And you are frozen in time on my screen. So I'll remember this image of you.
So, and a Merry Christmas. Oh,
thank you.
Well, how appropriate. But a very Merry Christmas and good holidays to you too, Art.
All right, thanks. And some of the proceeds should go to get them better Wi-Fi at Bay City Players, just so you know. All right. Kevin, have a good one. Take care, my friend. Bye-bye now. Kevin Cole, and he has his great show, Coal in Your Stocking. If you've not heard Kevin play in person, it is a treat, friends. He has two of the most talented hands in the world, and literally is recognized that way. He plays all over the world with symphonies all over the world, New Zealand and Europe, you name it. He's been around the world to play, including many orchestras in the United States, and best known for Gershwin, Rhapsody in Blue, and even the Gershwin family recognized his talents and his ability to play Gershwin music. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back to finish up the hour here on WSGW.
Years of your life in retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do, but you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AA Wealth Management, LLC.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for 120 Fitness in Saginaw. You are going to get your yearly membership to 120 Fitness for only $159. It's usually $318, but you are getting yours half off. 120 Fitness offers 2 floors of top-of-the-line cardio equipment, a variety of strength training equipment, and fitness classes like yoga and Zumba. If you want to get in shape in a clean and comfortable environment, head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Hundreds of thousands of people have said goodbye to their overpriced Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile plans and switched to Pure Talk. It's CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger. Did you know Pure Talk gives you the same great coverage on the same great 5G network as one of the big guys for about half the cost? The average family is saving over $800 a year. You can keep your number and keep your phone, or get huge discounts on the latest iPhones and Androids. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. Or if you want unlimited data, you can still save a fortune. With U.S.-based customer service, Pure Talk treats their customers right. Plus, they have a 30-day risk-free guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say Jill50 to save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, say Jill50. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now. But if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
WSW online poll preventing drunk driving. The recently passed National Infrastructure Package includes a requirement. Automakers have to develop technology to prevent drunk driving. Automakers have until 2026 to meet this mandate for all new vehicles. Supporters, including Mothers Against Drunk Driving, believe it will virtually eliminate the #1 killer on American roads. Others say they're very appreciative and understand the safety aspect. Some are concerned about what the technology, though, could cost to a vehicle, especially if they say they have a vehicle and they never drink in the first place. Poll question: what do you think about this requirement for all new vehicles to have technology to prevent drunk driving? Do you support this requirement? Do you support the safety aspect, but not as a mandate for every vehicle, or you don't support this requirement at all? Give your opinion through the poll vote that you can make when you go to WSGW.com, scroll down the homepage, and find the online poll box.
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
Pressure coming. Back time! Aiden Hutchinson drops Stroud at the 39-yard line.
The Michigan Wolverines face the Iowa Hawkeyes in the Big Ten Championship live Saturday night at 7 on 790 News Radio WSGW.
Oh, yeah, a little Mannheim steamroller for you. Coming to Saginaw with their great Christmas album, huh? All right, back with you in the remaining minutes of the program. Again, just as a reminder, unfortunately, we cannot do call-ins because our phone system is giving us fits, as they say. It is being worked on, but it's an in-house computer technology problem, let's put it that way. And hopefully they'll have that solved soon, but I know they've been working on it round the clock pretty much. I want to talk about something. We talked to Kevin Cole, and talked about entertainment. There's one other thing I want to talk about just a little bit, and that is the remake of the great 1961 version of West Side Story, the musical, the movie. And Steven Spielberg has done a remake on it, and it will be released, I want to say December 10th. But I'm not positive about the date. But the reviews have been spectacular. And there is a local connection. That connection is our very own Brian Darcy James is playing Officer Krumke in the film. Remember the song, Officer Krupke, blah, 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 you know, don't mind my singing. But anyway, he plays Officer Krupke in the film. And the film is receiving rave reviews. Spectacular is the word that's been used, as good as the original. And I'm thrilled for Brian, but I'm thrilled. West Side Story was close to my heart. I think it was one of the first Broadway musicals I ever saw. I saw the film, and I'm a New Yorker. I recognized what it was. And to see it come back this many years, 50 years later, is absolutely thrilling. 50, 60 years, whatever it is, 61, 60 years. And to have Steven Spielberg do it is even better. So watch for it in the theaters. It'd be worth your time. And Brian is involved in something else too. He's executive producing a program that for now the title is Smallwood, that will be on TV on CBS in the spring. And it is loosely, I say loosely, based on the life of Tom Smallwood, the bowler, who is from Saginaw, who you might remember the story, was laid off from General Motors a number of years ago, 10, 12 years ago, whatever it was, and struck out to find his fame and fortune on bowling. He was a great bowler, joined the PBA, won the World Series the very first year out, was all over television on the networks and everything else, and has been a bowler ever since. We have a special connection because his lovely wife Jennifer works here at WSGW, and CBS picked up this idea of doing a show on the life, loosely on the life of Tom Smallwood, and it will be on in the spring. So, and Brian Darcy James is one of the executive producers on the show, so we have a double connection there. So there's a couple of things that we have local ties to on the national entertainment scene. And, there are a lot, talking to Kevin Cole, he's known all over the world for his piano playing. Brian has starred on Broadway, known all over. And a number of people from Saginaw have made their fame and fortune on Broadway and in the movies and theater. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful to have the Pit and Balconies and the Bay City Players and the Midland Center to develop some of that talent. It's great. Makes it really fun to know these folks. Take our last break, and then we'll be back to close out.
Able to sleep in my own bed. Because of my wife's struggles with CPAP, I had to move out to the couch, out to the recliner, out to my son's bunk bed. That is until she started using Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside her body with just the click of a remote.
Get back to sleeping in your own bed with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
What's the most important part of a retirement plan?
Income is king because we only need income. And if you don't have an income plan, you don't have a retirement plan.
That's Kevin Ray, financial coach at Insight Folios. Kevin tells his listeners every week about the importance of income planning, minimizing taxes, and strategies to lead a worry-free retirement. Learn all about that and get your own complimentary financial review by calling 888-885-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
This Cyber Monday, Rocket Mortgage is bringing you their biggest sale of the year. On top of near historic low rates, when you refinance, you can save an average of 20% off closing costs when you lock your rate. This means big savings for you at the closing table. That's right, you can save an average of 20% off closing costs when you lock your rate. But hurry, you only have until November 30th to lock in your special pricing. Simply call 8338-ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com. Just think what you could do with your Cyber Monday savings. Hurry, you only have until November 30th to save with this great opportunity, the Rocket Mortgage Cyber Monday sale. So when you're looking to save big and create a home that's uniquely yours, Rocket can. Visit RocketMortgage.com today to see where you can save or call 833-8-ROCKET. That's RocketMortgage.com or call 833-8-ROCKET.
Call 800-490-1233 for cost information, disclosures, and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLS Consumer Access. Number 3030.
Finding the right Medicare plan may feel impossible, but now it's anything but. With Walgreens Find RX coverage tool, you can compare plans online, over the phone, or in person, making Medicare easier than ever. Easier than picking which true crime doc to watch, figuring out that Wi-Fi password, or putting the duvet cover back on. So if you can do those things, with Find RX coverage, you can definitely Medicare. Find the plan that's right for you by visiting walgreens.com/Medicare.
News coverage. My Build Back Better Act.
The Build Back Better bill is passed.
Trillions more in inflationary socialism. News coverage.
Kyle Rittenhouse. We the jury find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
News around the clock.
All the prayers go out to everyone there in Wisconsin.
Suspect who drove the red Ford, ramming through everybody.
News coverage.
Boosters for all adults.
Boycott the Winter Olympics. On WSGW, Tom Sullivan, weeknights at 7 on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, that'll do it for the Art Lewis Show for today. Thanks for joining us. Coming up, CBS News. Ann Williams in the WSGW newsroom with the local report. And then we'll be back with Focus. Hopefully we'll be able to connect with our guests this morning and talk about Brookdale Senior Living. All of that coming up.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Facet Wealth.
I'm Steve Kathan. A new warning that the Omicron COVID variant could slow the U.S. economy and impact hiring. It comes in Senate testimony from Fed Chairman Jerome Powell.
Greater concerns about the virus could reduce people's willingness to work in person, which would slow progress in the labor market and intensify supply chain disruptions.
Moderna's CEO warns existing vaccines may be less effective in battling this strain than others. Dr. Francis Collins, director of the National Institutes of Health, on CBS Mornings.
We know that this is pretty contagious, at least in South Africa, because the cases are going up rather steeply there. In terms of how severe it is, new information I saw is some concern in South Africa.
After I do my meeting, I will
at a higher level than previous variants, but that's very speculative. We don't really have a
Dutch health officials say the variant was found in 2 COVID samples in the Netherlands, dating back just before the first case was reported in South Africa. CBS's Vicky Martin in London has more on the state of the pandemic in the UK.
Masks are once again mandatory in British stores, buses, and trains, and all airport arrivals now have to self-isolate for at least 2 days.
Do you mind if I just sneak in real quick? I appreciate it.
And boosters are now
I just put something in the system and I need to put it in a rotator and I can only do it over here. Okay. I'll be 2 minutes.
Take
3. All right, baby.
The committee's consideration of these issues, the appropriate authorized population, and the overall benefit risk assessment.
In Minneapolis, a judge is presiding over jury selection in the trial of a former suburban cop charged with manslaughter in the shooting death of Dante Wright last April.
Our sole purpose and our obligation is to ensure that the jurors who decide this case are neutral, open-minded, and fair.
Inflation may be the dominant economic story these days, but as CBS's Elise Preston tells us, the housing market is continuing its pandemic bounce back.
Rising rent and expected mortgage rate hikes are prompting home sales to rebound. According to the National Association of Realtors, pending sales in October rose about 7.5% nationwide. The Midwest and the South saw higher gains.
And a private survey shows home prices rising in September in major cities. An Alabama jury has awarded just over $2 million in damages to a woman who says she was
This is actually adding to the morning team.
The Dow is down 582. This is CBS News.
Facet Wealth, personalized and affordable.
And then I
financial planning
updated
for
that,
everyday
and I
Americans.
forgot to put
Wealth
the
or
list for
asset
Christmas
minimum.
goods there.
Quality financial advice for every stage of your life.
Where is he?
While you're comfortable inside your home or business, the weather takes a
Are we doing the same thing, cell phone?
Rain, hail, UV rays, and the heat of the sun cause premature failure of your shingles. Everyone loves to save money.
All right.
If you have an aging roof, don't spend a lot of money on replacement. Get a Roof Max
Well,
shingle treatment and get some peace of mind. Get more life for less money. Guaranteed with Roof Max.
Yesterday, Rick,
Fusion of science and nature.
I sat the phone, or he sat the phone right there, and we used this microphone.
At CDW, we get your hybrid workforce has different desks.
And put the microphone by the cell
So
phone.
how do you bring the same work experience to everyone?
Now,
VMware Anywhere Workspace Solution.
he's not here today.
CDW enables seamless experiences,
Okay.
automation, and zero trust security to every member of your team.
I'm thinking that's probably what I want to do again.
Trust VMware and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/VMware.
This Cyber Monday,
That
Rocky
sucker
Mortgage
moves,
is
don't
bringing
you?
you their biggest sale of the year. I'm
Sure, I'm
talking
on your way.
historic low rates when you
You're
refinance.
fine.
You can save an average of 20% off closing costs when you lock your rate. This means big
Yeah.
savings for you at the closing.
What was he doing?
That's right. You can save an average of 20% off closing
Oh, okay.
So that way they could hear me, because I was close enough
Gotcha.
that they could hear me talking, and of course,
Right.
and I could hear him.
Hurry. You only have until November 30th.
You just punch it up that way. All right.
The Rocket Mortgage
Okie dokie.
So when you're looking to save big and create a home that's uniquely yours, Rocket can. Visit RocketMortgage.com today to see where you can save. Or
Saturday, Art is going to be at St. Peter's Lutheran Church.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Good.
Joe Files is underwriting it.
Call my guest.
Jeff over at Will. I forget what his name is. Yes, he'll do it. He'll do it 9 o'clock if you want.
This is WSGW.
J.O.'s pissed.
It's 30
Well,
degrees at 11:05. Good
Yeah,
morning.
you know, that's the last one. Why not?
Yeah.
Have him
State
show
of
up there.
Michigan is in the grip of the fourth
Yeah,
wave
he
of the
plans-
coronavirus and
Have him show up. That's fine. That's good. You know where it is?
For COVID.
Ruffles Road.
Yep.
The state reported
That's fine. Jeff's
4,181
good.
people currently
That'll
hospitalized
balance
with
it
the
out,
virus,
'cause I had Jay
up from
on. You can
4,158
do that.
reached during
Okay.
the third wave back in April. The state
Yeah, 'cause it's the
Department
last
of
few days of the
Services
window,
reports an
really.
average of more than 5,000
Three
new
more days
cases a
yet.
day
Right.
since last Thursday.
But then again, as I understand it, veterans and that sort of
137
stuff
deaths from
can
the
still
virus in
Well,
that
let
time
it tell us.
span.
do it, yeah.
Officials say the
Cool, that
majority
won't
of
bother
the
me.
cases and deaths are
Okay.
among those who have not
All
been
right,
vaccinated.
Saturday is on.
Saturday is on.
COVID-19 vaccine or booster as soon as possible. Plus to wear masks
Cold
in public,
freaking weather.
allow 6 feet of distance between people, and to wash and sanitize
No Saturday,
your hands
hopefully.
frequently. Two Genesee
Looks like
County
if we get any
cousins are
snow,
under
it's gonna be
investigation
late
after a
Sunday.
36-year-old Vienna
Yeah.
Township man.
It better be damn
It's
late.
gonna warm up.
I got a lot of lights to put up outside.
It's gonna warm up a little bit, so
Oh, yeah,
what's on the ground is gonna go away.
50
When
on
he entered,
Thursday.
he encountered
With a
two
chance of
boys,
some
ages
rain.
17 and 11.
Yeah.
A land dispute
Wow,
occurred.
look
The
at
man
that.
was hunting a friend's property and had permission to be there, though it's not
She's not
clear
there yet, but look at
if the
that.
boys had permission also. One of the boys shot the man in his hip with a
Still there,
rifle,
she'll be
according
there.
to police, and then left the scene. The man was taken to a local hospital.
All right.
He's listed in good condition.
There,
Police were
that
able
should
to
work.
trace
So
the
we
boys
have
to a residence
Saturday in the
belonging to
books.
A 34-year-old Vienna Township man.
And the
Police
2 days
confiscated the
after
rifle, took the
Christmas,
boys into custody.
Full Files and
They've since
Maytag.
been
Files
released
and
due to their
Maytag.
age.
Yep,
Police
Monday
haven't
and
said
Tuesday.
which of the boys
Anything else in
shot the
between?
victim.
Yet?
A two-vehicle
We
crash.
have a Carol, Thomas?
Took the life of a
I saw it. I
27-year-old
haven't talked
woman
to her.
Sunday. State police say
I
Janelle
saw Nick
Havercock of Greenbush was a
over
passenger.
Oh, yeah, Nick
In a
Yes,
Toyota
yeah.
Corolla that state police
And,
say crossed the center line on US 23
he asked me,
near Whittemore
and I
Road
said,
about
yeah,
10:25 a.m.
you know, I want to
hitting
do
a
something
Chrysler
before
Pacifica.
Christmas, and he said,
Both drivers,
let me get
along
back
with
to
a
you.
69-year-old female passenger
So
in the
we
car,
might,
Possibility?
yeah,
were
we
seriously
might have
injured
him.
and taken to local hospital. The Toyota driver was a 31-year-old man from Hinsdale, Illinois.
Now, what are they doing
A 69-yearld man from
next
Allentown
year, like
was
the Bean
driving
and Beat
the Chrysler.
Symposium? Are they bringing
The
that
crash
back again?
was under investigation.
February 22nd.
WSGW
Yeah, it's
News
coming back, huh?
time is
Double
11:07.
tree.
Take us a
Doubletree.
with the big
Not
boys
right.
at
Really?
Casino.
Friday night, December 17th.
The other
Make it an unforgettable holiday with the Beach Boys.
John Shelton called. Linda Kelly has cancer. Oh shit. Diagnosed 21 days ago.
The Beach Boys. Holiday
She
classics
is
and
really
greatest
bad
hits.
She's in the hospital.
Judy's got multiple.
Yeah. So, yep, Linda Kelly. So, John called me
at Eagles Landing box offices.
because Clark, I mean, he's got to put Snowfest together. And so Clark
Holiday Harmonies. Tickets
I are going to be meeting,
Soaring Eagle
talking to
Casino.
John,
Details at
putting together
SoaringEagleCasino.com.
who the sponsors are,
WSGW
who
time
they were,
is 11:08.
whatever.
The computer chip
You know,
shortage
they didn't
has
do it
changed
last
the way
year.
car makers look at their
They
business.
did.
Here's more from Jeff
So,
Gilbert.
Car makers have
and I want
traditionally
to
ordered
say
parts
it's
just
gonna
in
be
time, says
right around
Commerce
the
Secretary
30th.
Gina Raimondo.
I wonder if anybody's going to pick up from John Zender and do the hot food
keep
competition.
plants running. In a speech to the Detroit Economic Club, she said the need for those chips will just get greater.
That's
Probably
something
the car you drive
we're
now
gonna
has
have to
hundreds of chips.
discuss.
The EV
But
that we
Sheldon
want you to
called me
buy
this
over
morning.
time
The only way you
has
got my cell
2,000
phone
chips.
number was through
Raimondo
Rob
pushing
Clark.
for passage of the CHIPS Act, which would mean
He
$52
called for me
billion
here
for domestic
and nothing.
production.
Nothing.
That was Jeff Gilbert reporting. As of
Well,
Monday,
I
Mackinac
can
Bridge toll
help,
booth
let me know.
workers have
Yeah.
tallied nearly 1,800 deer
So at this
crossing the
stage of the
structure
game,
as hunters pass on through
I
their
think
way
we're
back
gonna need all
home.
the help we can
And that's about a
get.
7% increase from
Put that thing
2020.
together.
Fire
All right.
hunter season started November 15th.
But
and
just so
continues
you're
through
aware,
Wednesday.
Kelly.
The numbers
Jesus.
collected
Yeah.
by
Damn.
Mackinac Bridge toll
I mean,
workers get
what
passed
a
on
shame.
to the Michigan Department
What
of Natural
kind of
Resources.
cancer is it?
You can find deer,
Supposedly it
hunt,
was
deer
breast
harvest reports from
cancer
previous
that
years
Passed
on our
metastasized down
website.
into her hip.
Oh, Jesus.
Hips.
Benton Harbor
She
leaders say the
had,
city is accepting bids from
severe
contractors
back
for an
pain
ambitious project to replace all
Motrin
lead
wouldn't
water
touch
pipes
it,
no later than
whatever,
2023
Ah, shit.
due to elevated
in the
levels of the
hospital,
toxic
and
metal
they
in the
did
municipal
Tell you, my
supply.
friend, the older we get,
Because the action level for
we
lead has been exceeded for 3
attend
years,
funerals and
estimated
hear about
2,800
people like
service
that.
lines
It's just
must be removed over about
I mean,
15
that's
years
knock
under
on wood
federal
every
and state
day that you
regulations.
stay
I just,
Governor Whitmer has
that's
promised to spend millions of dollars to replace them in 18 months. The work
Well, you
started
never
next
know.
spring. Benton Harbor invited bids
Somebody's out
last
there.
week and released details about the plan on Monday. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom 752-0798. It's 11:10. I'm Ann Williams.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology forecast. Partial sunshine develops here for today. We'll see high in the upper 30s. Winds out of the southwest around 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20. And then for tonight, mostly cloudy skies with a low near 24. By Wednesday, partial sunshine develops high around 41 degrees. Thursday, partly sunny skies, a high around 47. Friday, we'll have a slight chance for some snow showers, cloudy high 37 degrees. Then by Saturday, partial sunshine develops, we'll see high around 36. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW Weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 33.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.
And a good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of Focus here on WSGW, brought to you by RoofMax, that system that extends the life of your asphalt shingles. You can find out more about it by going online to roofmax.com, and that's RoofMax with 2 X's. And this morning we're going to talk about something called Brookdale Senior Living. And to do that, we have with us this morning, and we say good morning to Ann Connor. Ann, good morning to you.
Good morning. It's Amy.
Amy, where did I get Ann from? Well, they gave me the wrong info.
It's okay.
All right. Anyway, Amy, good morning.
Good morning. I appreciate being here. Thank you.
Well, it's fitting. I had a senior moment, and we're going to talk about seniors. So, I mean, it's logical.
Hey, we have
Amy,
rooms available.
tell us, thanks. Tell us, tell us a little bit about Brookdale Senior Living, where it is and what it is.
Sure. So Brookdale is located on McCarty here in Saginaw. We provide assisted living and memory care for seniors. The wonderful thing about Brookdale is we have two separate entities on our property. So we have an assisted living house and we have a memory care house as well. That being said, your loved one is given the care that they need, whether they're able to do things on their own or whether they have severe dementia, and they need to be, in that separate home to have the attention that is needed. We offer registered nursing on staff 24 hours a day. We have certified nursing assistants on staff. And another wonderful thing is if your loved one is home with you and you just need a break, we offer what's called Respite Care. Your loved one is able to come to Brookdale for 2 weeks or 3 months, and you're able to get the calmness in your life and the peace in your life while they're getting care at Brookdale by nursing staff, and you're able to have peace in your life.
It's a vacation for all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're able to get care and you're able to have a break. So I would love for, anybody to come out and check Brookdale out. We've been around for 44 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we're growing. We have 641 communities in the United States, and we're here to help seniors.
Tell us a little bit about the assisted living units. What are they like?
Sure. So they are apartments. It is a beautiful house type setting. We have 19 apartments in our house, which is very, very quaint, very home-like. We have open style dining room where the residents are able to see and smell what's being cooked. 3 meals a day. We have a chef on staff. Kitchenettes are provided in the apartments, cable hookup, phone hookup. Anything that you are used to doing in your home, we also offer amazing activities through our programs director, Heather. She's been doing this for over 20 years, so it's not just about bingo and cards. It's more. Lots of activities, lots of outings. We have a bus that is able to take residents out to see the Christmas lights, even go on a fall tour. Our community offers a lot. Saginaw is a wonderful community, and there's a lot of hidden gems that our seniors love doing. So,
all right, hang on. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We're talking to Amy Connor from Brookdale Senior Living on McCarty in Saginaw, and we'll have more on Focus right after these notes.
The days of paying full price are over. And at RocketGrabPlus.com, we are here always giving you the deals that you need. You can get tons of half-off deals going on right now from Uplift Creative Center, Joyce's Purple Palette, Woody's Hot Dogs, King's Fish and More, and the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
In a world that's a little simpler comes the tale of Beltima fungicide. Swift, simple, and secure. It's a corn-growing story without all the drama. Unless you add totally epic music, really random sound effects, and a cool announcer guy. Get ready for the blockbuster yields of the summer with Beltima fungicide from BASF. Coming soon to a field near you. Always read and follow label directions.
This flu season update is sponsored by Exergen. Do you have the flu? Here's CBS News medical contributor, Dr. David Agus.
The flu classically doesn't have GI symptoms to start and respiratory symptoms. It can, but it doesn't. But they can imitate each other. So the flu classically start with fever and chills, and then if you have it for more than 3 days, you need to go to your doctor.
The leading sign of COVID is a fever. so everyone needs an accurate thermometer. Try the Exergen Temporal Scanner and learn more at Exergen.com.
We are proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
You have an opportunity to make this holiday season very special for some very special children. You are invited to join WSGW and our Alpha Media family of stations, along with Covenant Kids, Tim Hortons, and Impact Saginaw Credit Unions for Lights Before Christmas. During the week of December 6th through the 10th, each night at 8 p.m., lights will be shined for 2 minutes towards the windows where kids are hospitalized at Covenant Healthcare in Saginaw. You can bring your own light shining device, and for the first 100 attendees, free flashlights will be given away. Fire departments, police, MMR will all shine lights too. Plus, with your help, each child will receive a toy, as you can donate new, unwrapped toys at Covenant Healthcare or participating Tim Hortons or Impact Saginaw Credit Union locations. For specific toy donation locations and all the information you need, please visit WSGW.com, scroll down the homepage, and click on the Lights Before Christmas box.
This is the Stone Specialist Studios, 100.5 News Radio WSGW, 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on Focus, focusing on Brookdale Senior Living in Saginaw and McCarty, and we have Amy Connor with us from Brookdale. Let's talk about the dementia unit for a minute, because I mean it's devastating to families when someone comes down with it, whether it's Alzheimer's or any of the other dementias, and it takes special care, doesn't it?
Yeah, it takes a lot of special care. A lot of special care, not just nursing staff, but a lot of special care with activities and keeping somebody with dementia and Alzheimer's busy, so they're not constantly, scared or frustrated, or, they don't know where they're at. So activities is a huge thing that Brookdale does provide for somebody that does have dementia. Again, it's not just about bingo and cards. It's actually delving into what did they do in their life? What do they like to do? What sets somebody off? It's a lot of training, a lot of education, and honestly, a lot of patience. I
would imagine that, and that really expresses the demand placed on caregivers who do not have their loved ones in a facility like yours, because they have the same responsibilities and they're not trained for it.
Absolutely. And another great thing about Brookdale is, yes, we're understaffed just like everybody else.
I was going to get there.
but the staff that we do have, they're so consistent. And we're consistent with keeping the same staff in the specific houses. So our residents aren't seeing 10 different people in a day. They're seeing the same faces. They're getting used to the same people, the same voices, the same personalities. So it's very important to keep consistency in a dementia house, so there's not a big uproar. There's not a lot of frustration or a lot of people being scared.
Yeah, and unfortunately, but fortunately, on the one hand, a facility like that is a controlled facility, isn't it, in terms of entering and exiting?
It is. It is. We have a keypad on the door, so it is alarmed. The doors can still be opened, but the alarm, when it does go off, our houses are so small and quaint, and they're so open style that no one is ever going to be able to actually leave the building without a staff being able to safely guide that person back in, because they're seen and they're watched every single day by the staff. Nobody's ever alone.
Just out of curiosity, Brookdale, is it private pay, or do you have insurances and other types of payments?
Good question. It is private pay. We do not take in insurance. It is definitely private pay, but we are always running specials, percentages off on rent. We actually have a wonderful special right now, which is going to be locked in for the whole year of 2022, 25% off of the monthly rent, and you get a free week in December. So great, great specials for assisted living and memory care both. Definitely, I suggest anybody to come, even just tour, come and have lunch or come and have a cup of coffee just to see the communities.
Is it, Amy, a tiered system? By that I mean, maybe I need absolute minimal assisted living and I move in and that's at one tier. Maybe I need a little more assistance, that's at another tier. Is it that the way the pricing is structured?
Great question. So we have 3 communities in the Tri-Cities. We have one in Saginaw on McCarty, one in Bay City on Pine Road, and one in Midland on Waldo Avenue. The one in Midland is not all inclusive. So it is tiered per the cares. Saginaw and Bay City are all inclusive. There are 3 specific cares that we do charge extra for, which would be somebody who is unfortunately unable to consistently feed themselves, somebody who is on a nebulizer treatment, which is a breathing treatment, because they do need that extra staff to sit in there with them. And then somebody who is physically unable to do anything for themselves as far as transferring. So somebody that would require 2 people to consistently transfer. But other than that, we are all inclusive.
Very good. Now, if somebody is interested in touring Brookdale, what do they have to do?
Oh gosh, anybody is welcome to just pop in. We do ask for you to sign in, put a mask on, of course, or you can call me to set up an appointment any time of day. I have a company cell phone, which is never away from my side. So I'm always open for visitors.
And how do they get a hold of you?
Actually, if it's okay to give my number out, I would love to do that. You can call me at area code 989-475-3518.
475-3518.
You got it. You got it.
All right, Amy. Well, thanks for being with us today and telling us about Brookdale Senior Living. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye now. Amy Connor at Brookdale Senior Living, we thank her for being with us. We'll be back to close out and move on to the farm show after these notes.
Keep the Saginaw Children's Zoo in mind while you shop for your holiday gifts. Visit our website to purchase a membership. Have a